When you broke up, because it was a pandemic, was it like a phone call? Like, did you even get to see this person in person when you guys broke up?
It was not in person.
Oh.
Rachel Bilson reveals new details about her breakup with Bill Hader. The celeb visits the Call Her Daddy podcast and tells host Alex Cooper their split wasn't face-to-face because it occurred just after the COVID-19 pandemic started.
In the beginning, when you're so isolated and you're so scared because you don't know, like you're like, oh my God, I looked at someone, like, am I gonna die? And you know, he has his own family he has to think about. I had my own family to think about. So it was definitely done in not like your normal, like, in-person way.
Rachel previously talked about the breakup on her Broad Ideas podcast and made one statement that caused a lot of buzz.
I went through a really hard breakup, and it was during the pandemic, and I could not leave my house. Like, I couldn't, you know what I mean? And so I had nothing else to do but sit in it and deal with it and feel it. And like, it's probably the hardest thing I've ever done, harder than childbirth.
While some thought her comment was referring to the split itself, Bilson clarifies on Call Her Daddy that it wasn't the breakup that was harder than childbirth. It was the isolation afterwards.
It was during, you know, a time where you could not leave your house, okay? You had to sit in whatever it was that you were going through. So I had to deal with this. I had to deal with being alone and taking care of my kid and like everything else. And I'm like, being isolated and not being able to connect with any humans, not being able to help myself, like I got into a depression, like all of these things, that time having to be forced to face all of your I said was harder than childbirth.
Rachel and the SNL alum broke up in 2020 after dating for less than a year.
Hey E! News fans, we've got a new show on the E! News YouTube channel all about celebrities and their cars. It's called Drive. And to check out our first episode with NASCAR champion Joey Logano, be sure to click here. And come back every Monday for all new episodes.